host again, and then please make me the co-host, okay?
Sure.
There you go.
Got it.
Is this your first class?
Today?
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
My third class today. One more after this one too.
Mm. All right. So I think people are coming in, so I'll just be in the background, okay?
Okay. Hey Kyle, how are you?
I'm doing well today.
Great.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from? What part of the country?
South United States.
South. Okay. I'm in Florida. You're not further
Yes.
south than me. Are you in Florida?
Yeah, South Florida.
Oh, South Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the Tampa area. Starting to feel like summer already, huh?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Mayho, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you? Good afternoon.
Yes, good, good. Where are you calling from, Mayho?
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida too. Oh, good.
Is that where you're from?
I'm in Tampa. Yeah.
Oh, you're a neighbor.
Yeah, neighbors, right? It was talking to somebody else who's in South Florida who's just on too.
Well, we have beautiful weather today. We can't complain.
Yeah, that's right. Very nice. Very nice. Hi, Dennis and Donna, Wilhelmina, Joe, welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Hi.
Hello. Somebody's screen says Zoom user. I'm sure that's not the given name, but that's what their screen says. And Brulotti, Brulote. Not sure what the right name pronunciation is.
Brulat. Dale is just my first name.
Brulat?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Good. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, if you guys can turn your
Hi.
cameras on, it's always love to see your faces. I know people have bad hair days, but I always joke we're not here to judge. We're just here to have fun and learn. And so your smiles are what we're looking for. Good. All right, we'll get started here in a minute. We're live also on our Get Set Up TV. If you guys are new to Get Set Up, welcome. Get Set Up's a unique platform where we have live instructors or guides, we call them. And it's unique because a lot of online learning, you have to watch a recording. This is unique because you have a live class with live people, ask real questions. So it makes it real interesting for me as the guide. Every class is different and it's fun. All right, let me get started here. This is how to safely sell your stuff online from home. Is that what you guys signed up for?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. not my cat grooming class. This is my how to sell stuff from home class. Good. So this class, I teach a lot of kind of sales, small business classes for Get Set Up. And this class is really about how to sell, odds and ends from home. It's not so much you have a whole e-commerce store you want to set up. I have another class for that. It's good to take both so you understand how they work. But I have a different class on e-commerce. So that's how to set up like on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or Shopify, or your own website. That's another class. But this class will teach you some helpful things about selling from home as well. So that's how that works. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I love the sun and the water, so I choose to live here. I've been in Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, and Georgia, but I settled here about 30 years ago and love it here. So thank you for joining us from wherever you are. And hopefully all around the country, it's getting a little bit warmer for everybody too. I enjoy learning and lifelong learning. Get Set Up's really fun because we can learn together and it can be fun. All of these classes you can get a recording of by emailing help@getsetup.io. Phil, our TA, will put that in the chat notes for us. So that's true for any of the classes. But I also encourage you to retake classes if you want to. I have people retake classes many times to get more out of it if they miss something the first time. We don't get paid to promote any of these things. These are just things that work well. And we're trying to help you learn how to use them better. All right, we're going to talk about the benefits of selling online, couple platforms I recommend, how to post things for sale, and then some sales tips and tricks. Everything I'm sharing with you today is free. It doesn't cost you anything except your time. You don't have to pay to list anything, and you don't have to share any of the money you make with anybody else unless you want to. So that's good. This is all free and a good way for you to get rid of some things. So I start with this premise that we all have a stuff problem. Every one of us has a stuff problem. We have too much stuff. We need to get rid of it. We inherit it, we acquire it, we buy it, we hoard it, we forget about it, we just hard to get rid of. And if you ever try to move or downsize, you're forced with the reality that you have too much stuff. It's just, you can't get around it when you move. It forces you to deal with all your stuff. And so through the years of moving quite a bit, through having my wife's father passed away and cleaning his house out and selling that, helping my parents downsize. It's just, we all have that problem. All you got to do is look in your closets, your attics, your garages, all around the house. You can find you got stuff everywhere. We all do pretty much. There's probably not a true minimalist on our call today. That's probably not the case. Who's really purged everything. We all kind of find ourselves in this category. As I said, I live in Florida and it's tricky here. We do this silly thing where we can't put anything in our attics because it's way too hot, and we don't have any basements because we're at sea level, so we don't have basements. So what we do is we load up our cars and our trucks and we drive across town to somebody who has a storage unit who don't even know, and we put our stuff in there and we give them money every month to store our stuff, and then we kind of forget about it. And every month they take our money and they're happy, and we're like, we finally wake up one day and say, what am I doing? I'm giving somebody money for stuff I don't really need. So I was doing that for a lot of years, and I finally realized that is just ridiculous. The amount of money I spend on this storage unit, I could replace everything in there and get new stuff. So I made it my mission to get out of my 2 storage units, and I can't tell you how happy I was the day that I finally got out of the second storage unit and I no longer had to pay that guy money anymore. Such a relief. So yeah, we all have different stories, but we have a lot of stuff we can get rid of and move along. And I believe in our homes, we have junk we need to throw away. We have stuff that we can donate to other people. And we have things that have value to other people that we don't anymore that we can turn into money. And so I'm really trying to help you take those things. I'm not trying to discourage you from donating. I'm definitely not discouraging you from throwing away junk. But I'm encouraging you to take the stuff that you have and find somebody who values it and give you some money for it. You don't have to give it all away. Traditionally, we've used garage sales to get rid of our stuff. Those have been our stuff liquidators. But it's gotten a little tricky lately because our neighborhood, some of the new neighborhoods, right? They say you can only have a garage sale 1 Saturday a year now, or maybe 2 if you're lucky. But it's that Saturday that somebody else picked. It may not be convenient for you, and you have to be all set up for it. Or you live somewhere where there's not a lot of people around, and you have to find a way to get people to come to your house. And when you have your own garage sale, and that's tricky too. So there's set up and take down. You got the people who show up early, the early bird shoppers who want to kind of get the first pick on everything. And then my favorite, casual shoppers. These are the ones, this is the dear lady down the street that you've got your grandmother's vase that you know is worth over $100, and you've got it marked for like $35, and it just hurts you to kind of have it marked at 35. And she walks up and she says, "Hi, sweetie." She pulls her change purse out and says, "Hey, I'll give you 35 cents for this. Will you take it?" They just no appreciation for the item itself. They think they're doing you a favor by taking it off your hands, but she doesn't appreciate really what it is. One of the secrets to doing this is getting your things you're selling in front of people who value what it is you're selling and getting a fair price for it. That's kind of the secret to what I'm trying to share with you today. All right. I want to pause here a second. I want to hear what some of the stuff you guys have, some of the stuff you have that you want to sell. Just kind of unmute yourself and share with us what you're selling or you want to sell.
You got boats, scooters, all kinds of stuff, outboard motors,
Oh, wow.
everything.
Good. What state are you in, Dennis?
Michigan,
You're in Michigan. Okay. All right. Good.
the second home to Florida.
Yeah, right. Right. All right. He's got some boats and scooters and motors. Okay. What else?
Oh gosh, I got so much stuff, lawn equipment, and
Yeah.
I got tons of stuff.
All right. Well, you're going to
They're
do
so
well with
important.
this. Yeah, you're
All
going to do well.
important.
Anybody else? What else you got?
Well, for me, my husband has passed away, and I'm trying to downsize a lot of his stuff, like his clothes, he was a Marine, so I have all these Marine stuff, that I'm trying to get rid of, and tools that I don't know how to use and will probably never use them. And if I need to get something done, I'll get a handyman.
Yeah.
So things like that. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good.
I've got some things I inherited from my parents, some collectibles and some furniture.
Okay. Is the furniture at your house now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Furniture is a little tricky because it's big and it's hard to
Yeah.
move around. So sometimes it's where it is, it makes a difference on how easy or hard it is to sell it. Anybody else? All right. All right. We got some good stuff here. It's funny.
Nice.
Sometimes I've had people try to swap stuff even during this time in the call. They're like, "Oh, I want some of that." They're trying to swap each other's stuff. Just proving my point. We all have a stuff problem. So online shopping, selling, that's taken off, right? We all know that's really big. We practice retail therapy a lot. We use Amazon, all kinds of things like that. People are very familiar with buying and selling online. So it's never been easier for you to sell the things that you have, some of the things you guys have shared already through online shopping. So we're going to show you how to do that real easily. All right, what are the advantages? You can shop from home. You can use your phone. You can, our phones take really good pictures, and so we can have really good pictures of what we're selling. You can reach a larger targeted, interested audience. This is really the key to it for me, is that you put it. I've been in sales a long time, and I know that you can sell. It's really hard to sell something to somebody who they don't see the value in what you're selling, but it's really easy to sell something to somebody if they see the value in what it is you're selling. So it's getting, again, what you're selling in front of the right people. Agreeing on a price, that's an advance. That's a real thing. That's a part that scares people to death, right? The haggling and the negotiating of the price. Some people love that. Some people hate that. So with this online, you can agree to that up front, which is nice. All right, I'm going to talk about two different platforms. There's a lot of them out there. The two I'm going to recommend for safety reasons and ease of use and familiarity are Facebook Marketplace, which is basically an app within Facebook that allows you to buy and sell goods. So Facebook separated all the sales part of things from your basic personal page and business pages. And it's a marketplace that's out there, but there's some ways to use it that'll really help you be more successful than just throwing it out there into the wild west of marketplace. And then OfferUp, this is another program. Again, both of these are free. They don't cost anything. OfferUp is another program. They merged with LetGo last year. I was teaching this class, and LetGo was another app I was going to recommend, and then they merged into one. So OfferUp is another app that we'll look at as well. They both just provide the ability to sell. So people say, well, why don't you recommend Craigslist? Well, Craigslist doesn't have a lot of security built into it. Anybody can use it. You don't really know who's coming. There's very little accountability. I've sold on Craigslist, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable recommending people use that because there's been more problems on that than other platforms. If you use Nextdoor in your community and your community uses Nextdoor, it's another app. It's kind of like a private Facebook for your neighborhood. If you know what that is and people use that, then all these principles would apply to Nextdoor as well. I don't teach that in here because not every community uses Nextdoor, so that wouldn't apply to everybody. But I think it's good if your community uses it, then that's a good one to use as well. All right. Any questions so far? We're going to jump into some sales strategies and tips here, and then I'm going to go into Facebook both on the computer and on the phone and show you how these work. Okay. All right. So here are my online selling tips. First of all, take a bunch of pictures of what it is you're selling. If you put yourself in the position of a consumer, you want to know if there's scratches or dents. If let's say you're selling an electronic, you want to know what do the plugs look like on the back? What are the outlet? What are the options, right? You want to know all of that. Both of these platforms allow you to post 10 or 12 pictures. So don't be shy, take a lot of pictures. If you only took 1 or 2 pictures, you're going to leave the consumer, the buyer, potential buyer, wanting more information and maybe not even inquire about it because they can find more pictures of another product like it. Write descriptions. By the way, on the photos, it's sometimes scale is really important, especially with furniture. People are looking to put a piece of furniture in a certain space, and so they need to know the size of it. So your description needs to have the dimensions of it really clear. That's really important. I use the example, we were selling dog crate, those wire dog crates that fold down? They make them in like 7 different sizes. So you could put a picture of a dog crate and somebody wouldn't know if it was for a Chihuahua or a Great Dane unless you put the dimensions of it or you put it next to something else like a car or something they could scale it up with. So create scale with some of your pictures too. That's helpful. Tools they want to see, anything's broken. If there's anything broken or scratched or dented with it, take a picture of it. Like, be honest with it. Just throw that out there right away. And that way they know they're not going to show up at your house to buy it. Go, oh, I didn't know that was there. I want to cut the price in half because you didn't tell me there was this dent or this was this piece of furniture was gnawed on by a dog or something like that. Take a picture of it, put it on there. All right, write descriptions that sell. Have fun with your descriptions. Put the detail on there. Think about all the questions that somebody would ask. The more detail you have in there, the better your chances of them reaching out to you to buy it. Price it fair to sell. This is important. And my strategy for this is, what would I go to sleep at night with? Well, if I sold it for, I'm not trying to get rich on these things. It's a bonus. I make a fair price on something. Somebody gets to take it off my hands, and I don't have it anymore, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. But there are ways that you can price it, figure out what other people are selling the same item for. So you could search on Facebook Marketplace for the same item to see what else people are selling it for. You could go on eBay, you could go on Google and search, click on the shopping link and see what people are selling the same item for. eBay actually has a link that'll show you what it actually sold for, not just what it listed for, but what it sold for. So you can do some research there if you want, but whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you price for. Responding quickly and honestly, this is really important. Nobody's patient. When they want to buy something, they want to buy it right away. They're going to ask you first thing, is this available? If they're interested. If it takes you 2 days to respond, you're not going to sell it. They're going to scroll on, find somebody else who's selling it who responds today, and they could pick it up today or pick it up tomorrow. So you can do all your communicating inside these apps. That's one of the reasons why I recommend these two. So I recommend you leave the notifications turned on for these apps when you're using them so that you can respond right away from your phone if somebody shows interest, because you want to engage them as soon as possible, answer all their questions, and encourage them to come out and pick it up. All right. In addition, as I said, all the communication is done in the app. I'll show you what that looks like. You don't want to have to share your phone, your address, and all that unless you know for sure they're coming to pick it up. Only take cash. You can take a cashier's check, but don't take a check. Don't take a gift card. Here's $100 gift card, and you check the balance and it's got 35 cents on it because they've already wiped it out. Don't do that. People are used to it. I mean, all these sales are final. You're not a retail store that they can bring it back in 2 days and say, I changed my mind. All sales are final. It's cash. And then if this is an important one about meeting up with them. So meet at a safe location for exchange. This is really important. This is the safety part of it that's critical. I never let anybody inside my house. I've met people on my front porch, in my driveway, outside the garage. I've met people at gas station parking lots, grocery store parking lots. When I had things in storage, I'd meet at the storage unit because they were well lit and videotaped all the time. They had cameras there. People meet at police stations. They meet at fire stations. There's just a number of places you can meet up. The community clubhouse, any public well-lit place. I wouldn't typically do things at night. As a female, I would definitely take somebody with me, just for safety. I've never had any weird buyers. I've only had weird sellers in my years of doing this. I went to try to buy a computer from a guy one time, and I didn't feel right going to his house. I said, I'll meet you at the McDonald's down the street. So I drove up, met there, had my son with me. And he said, hey, I messaged him in the app. I said, hey, I'm here. He goes, I said, if you're not here in 10 minutes, I'm going to go. And he goes, well, something came up. Can you come to the house? And I said, I told you I'm not coming to the house. So I just went home. So for me, if it's ever weird or odd, I go home. Don't do it. But you've got to be safe. But I've never found had any problem with buyers. It's always been the seller that was weird in my experience. Okay. There's a thing called porch pickup. If you were to arrange for somebody if you knew they were going to buy it, you could have it out on your porch. They could pay you not only cash sales, but I'm also comfortable with Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. People can pay through those ways as well. They're safe. You get notified right away if the money's gone through into your account, and as long as they do that, they can pick up the item. You don't have to have any contact with them that way. All right. Any questions on this? All right. So we're trying to get some money in your pocket. Interesting products, good pictures, clear descriptions, fair prices, prompt responses. You can make some money doing this. All right. Let's go into Facebook and let me show you how this works and how this looks. All right. Jump over here. All right, you can see Facebook here. It's kind of creepy. I mean, these silicone fingers shows up today on it's kind of weird. On my Facebook marketplace, like, what in the world? Today's picks, right? I mean, thanks Facebook. Why are these the picks today? I don't know. All right, so I'm on my Facebook account. You have to have a Facebook account to log into this, right? Facebook accounts are free, but you can get any Facebook account you can log in. All right, then I went to Marketplace. Usually you're on Home, which is this little house up here, right? That's Home, but I clicked on this house over here, which is Marketplace, or this storefront. That bounces you to Marketplace, okay? Now over here, I can search in Marketplace if I want to look for something I was trying to buy. I can look at categories if I wanted to, because you can put your items in categories. I have mine set up to filter within 40 miles of where I live because I don't want to drive to Orlando to pick this up. I really want, if I'm buying something, I want it to be kind of local. I can't get to Michigan to get Dennis's boats as much as I'd like to go see what he's got. It's too far for me to go. I got family up there, but I'm just probably not going to get up there to get it. So I try to keep it close here. So let's look for something in here. Let's say we're looking for all right, I like this example. SUP, stand-up paddleboard. All right, this is a kind of up and coming thing, right? There's these paddle boards. And so I searched for it and it brought it up here. Now it's within 40 miles here. I can narrow down my delivery method to local pickup or shipping. I'm just gonna do local. I don't wanna pay shipping. I don't wanna get into that. I could narrow it down by price. Okay, if I wanted to there, and the condition of it. All right, so here's a bunch of things that are within 40 miles of where I live. Okay, and so I can go through here and look at these. Let me try to find one, and we're going to see if this is how they did. All right, let's do this one here. Okay, let's click on this guy. Oh, good, they got some pictures. So you see down here, this is the main picture. And then they've got all these pictures down here. So they did a good job. So I can go through. All right. They got a bunch of pictures. Okay. All right. So they did good on the pictures, right? But it looks like they're selling a bunch of different kinds. It's not just one. All right. Let's see. The title of it, Key West Inflatable Paddle Boards, $300 in stock. All right, I'm guessing not all of them are 300. That's probably where they start in this example. But they have, these are new ones because they're new, right? So they go 300 to 525. They include what it comes in, free shipping or pickup in this area. They put some tags on it if they wanted to. This is where the person who posted it's from, which is nearby. This is who's selling it. They've been on Facebook since 2008. This is one of the reasons why I like Facebook Marketplace is I know who's selling it. It tells me a little bit more about them. If somebody just joined this year, then I'm not really sure any information about them is really valid. But if they've been on it for a long time, then that gives me a little bit of credibility over there. So the other thing that's nice is I can click on this click on Patrick. You know what? I used this guy last time. I'm not going to use him again. I'm going to pick a different one because I used him last time and he was not bad. All right, let's pick this one here. All right, this person here joined in 2021. See, like this one, I'd be like passing. Like I don't know anything about this person, right? I'm not going to be able to find much because they just created an account this year, so I'm not going to use this one. Let's go find one more. Let's try this one. Okay. All right. They did good. I think this is just one board. Yeah. Okay. So they got. Yeah. All right. As a consumer, though, what else would you like to see on this board? All right. They got a couple pictures of the top of it. I want to see the bottom of it. Like, why can't I see over here? I want to see the whole bottom of it, not just this part of it. Like, there could be all kinds of scratches and stuff up here. I want to see.
And also, it's only the main fin is missing. They only have the side fins. So I'm a paddleboarder, I know. So
Yeah,
something
like-
is wrong with that.
Why isn't that board? Because
Yes.
even if it's retractable, they could have popped it up, right? They could
Yes. I'll put it aside. It's not there.
All right. Okay, so they say that it's used once, all accessories included, price negotiable. Okay, all right. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I want to look at Lee Arc. Okay, so I'm gonna click on Lee, and now I can go look at, this is Lee's profile. Now, there is such a thing as a Facebook Marketplace profile that you can set up, and that's the profile to look at. If you don't have that set up, though, it's gonna share your Facebook profile. As a Facebook user, you decide how much of your profile you share with other people. That's completely up to you. So I don't control that. That's all, each user controls that themselves. But we're gonna click on, well, one thing we know is that this person sells quite a bit of stuff on Facebook, right? They've sold a bunch of things. And they've got some pretty good ratings. As the other people buy from them, they give the ratings. So that's good. That adds credibility to them. So I'm gonna click on the profile here and we'll see. This looks more like a business page type thing they've done here. They just sell. This isn't really a personal page. This is a page that, this is an account they made up just to sell stuff. All right. Not much photos in there. But a lot of times I go in and I can see something about the person and they look normal. Okay, I trust them, right? This is one of the reasons why I like it, is you get a little bit of background on the person. If you ever get weirded out, then I'm not going to buy from them. So this one looks okay. All right, so now down here, what I can do is I can send a message to Lee and say, hey, is this available? Why is that the first question? Well, if Lee's already sold it, then there's no conversation. But sometimes sellers don't mark things as sold, so they're still out there until they expire. So I'm going to say, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, is this available? Send. This sends an instant message to Lee in Facebook. Starts this conversation here. And the reason I'm doing this is not because I'm really interested in buying this, but I want to show you how important it is to reply. Because what would I do if I was still looking? I would probably go back and keep looking for paddle boards, right? And I would find somebody else. Is this available? And I need to get somebody who's ready to sell, and I can get a price that I like and start that conversation. So I do this every class. About half the time they respond during class. The other half I don't hear from them for another day. So if they wait, they miss out. They're not good sellers because they're not paying attention to people interested in what they're buying. All right, I shared all that with you so you get the idea of what it's like from a buyer's perspective so that you can be a better seller. All right, and let's look and see how we can post something. So to post something, I just come over here to create new listing. And it says, okay, what are you gonna sell? An item, a vehicle, a home, a job. I'm gonna item. Okay, now it's gonna start asking me questions. The first thing it wants is 10 pictures. You can load and upload up to 10 pictures. This is the easiest to do from your phone, and I'll show you how to do it on your phone after I do it on the computer. The reason it's easier on your phone is because you usually take your pictures on your phone. So all your pictures are on your phone. You don't have to put them on your computer and do all that. So let me grab a couple pictures here of my sample item that I always sell. Let's see, for class here. My pretend item that I sell every week. This is... Any questions while I'm pulling this up? So far, so good. It's easy. All right. I got 3 pictures I'm bringing in. All right, here we go. whatever you put in this first spot, that's the main photo that people see when they search in Marketplace. They'll see all of them once they open up the whole thing. But if you want to reorder them, you can reorder them just by dragging them around like that. All right, now let's give it a title. This is, I call it the Vintage Metal Peanuts Lunchbox. Okay, you notice as I'm doing it, it's showing it how it's going to look over here on the right. How much should this be? What should we sell this for? Anybody have a guess?
$4.
How much? $4? Did somebody say $4?
Yeah.
No, way too
No,
low.
I think it's like at least $20 right
All
there,
right.
because it does have a flask. Looks
Yeah.
pretty nice, and
Okay.
it's vintage.
Yeah. I called it
I'm just saying
vintage. Doesn't that sound nice? I use the word vintage because that sells.
Absolutely.
So, all right, I just copied the name of this. All right, I want to show you something. I'm gonna go to Google. All right, we're in Google here. I'm gonna search. I'm putting in a Vintage Metal Peanuts Lunchbox. Okay, we're gonna search that. Now up here at the top, it's on all. I'm gonna click on Shopping, and it's gonna show me all of these lunchboxes in here.
Oh, wow.
All right, this is the same one at 70. This one's 119. This one's 125. This one's 70. Here's two for 33, but I don't know what condition they're in. This one's 30, 34, 75, 20. All right, so I got an idea, right? So now I can come in here and I'm going to go 35. See how I did that?
Yep.
That's a good way to get an idea of what ballpark you want to be in. All right, category. You can only put an item in one category on Facebook Marketplace. If you want it in multiple categories, you have to list it separately for each category. This is always a little tricky. Let me do antique collectibles. Let me do, I don't know, toys. Okay. And condition, I'm going to say it's used, good condition. The brand is optional. Based on the category, you'll get more boxes of different things to fill in. Like if you put a motor in there, it's going to ask you like the year and the hours and things like that, maybe as it relates to a marine motor or something like that. All right. So in the description, this is where you want to put in some things. This is metal peanuts lunchbox and thermos, plastic thermos. What else do people want to know? No dents,
No rust.
no rust, clasp works, handle in good condition. How about the dimensions?
Yes.
10.3 inches by 4 inches by, I'm guessing, I don't know, something like that, right? You can do tags if you want. I never use tags. It's not necessary. I'm not doing that much stuff. And then hide from friends. This is a neat feature. Why do you think that's on there? What if your sister-in-law gave you something for a gift and you decided you wanted to sell it and she saw it for sale because you didn't mark hide from friends? Is that what you're going to say, Donna?
Yes, I was going to say regifting a gift. You
Yes.
did want somebody to see. Yes.
That's right. Yes, regifting is our prerogative, but it does strain relationships sometimes when people find out you've trying to sell their gifts. All right, so hit next. Takes us to the next page of what kind of delivery you want. I have mine just set to local. Facebook will sell you online shipping, but they get a cut of that. I don't do it. Most of you live in a big enough market, somebody can drive to where you are, or you can handle shipping yourself. You don't have to get into Facebook shipping. So I just keep it on local. And then next again. Okay, here's the magic of all this. All right. If you've paid attention to nothing else, pay attention to this. Facebook uses groups, right? There's groups out there that allow people, like-minded people, to kind of congregate together and share ideas and share thoughts and all. Some groups allow you to promote things for sale and some don't. Some are public, some are private. Facebook Marketplace will allow you for each listing to list your item in up to 20 different groups that you're a member of. I'm already a member of all of these groups. In every one of your communities, there are community groups that are called buy-sell trade groups, online swap meets, classifieds, even boating groups, and I like cycling as well. So I've got some cycling groups I'm into, yard sale groups, swap shop groups. So join a bunch of these in your area, and then all you got to do then is post this item into up to 20 of those. What that does then is it puts your item in front of those people. Well, those are the people that are interested in it, right? It's not all of the whole world. It's the people who are looking to buy things and sell things. They're the ones most interested. So, even, marine type stuff. I sold a boat that I'd got from my son that he was going to fix up and he never did. And I put it out there and finally got a guy to buy that from there. I tell a story often about, I used to do triathlon racing, and I had these carbon wheels that a friend had gave me. They were $1,000 wheels. Each wheel was worth, say $500, and I broke the back one and couldn't use it anymore. So I had the front wheel left over, and it was in my garage for a couple of years, and I knew I was never going to do anything with it. So I decided to list it for $45. Just a steal, just like, well, I can go out to dinner or something. That's fine. It was a gift to me. I've got a lot of, I got a lot of use out of it. I'm not trying to gouge anybody with it. And because I had joined some of these cycling groups and posted it in there, I had people contacting me like crazy for this wheel because it was such a steal. It was just, they valued it. But imagine if I put that wheel in a neighborhood garage sale. I wouldn't have gotten $5 for it because nobody would appreciate it. The chances of somebody who appreciates that wheel would have been really slim. I would have not been able to sell it. So that's the whole trick of this, is getting the things that you have in front of the people that would value it. So you think about the specific items you have. If it's general stuff or antique furniture, you can join some antique furniture groups. If it's collectible type stuff, you can join some of those groups. And then just put them in here. You can list your item, you can post it, come back, join your groups, and then add them to the listing later. You don't have to join, you don't have to tag them at this point. You can actually come back and add them back later. All right, so I don't really have this item, so I don't want to get too many people excited about this. I've forgotten to take it off before, and people are trying to buy my lunchbox I don't have anymore. The reason I use this is I was preparing for this class months ago, and I came across this item, and I got excited because when I was a kid, I actually had that lunchbox when I was a kid. Just had some nostalgic value to it. Probably wish I still had it. I could make $30. All right, so you do all that, and we're gonna hit publish. And it goes out there, and it's out there. See, I've tried to sell a few other times that same one, and I've deleted many of them. But so here, now I'm in my account, okay, and it shows all my listings, and I can go back and see, well, what I have. There's a boat I sold, some furniture. It keeps track of all that. Dog crate, some electronics. Here's that wheel, $45. Lots of interest in that. More electronics, more furniture. How about this? An autographed Chicago concert poster, $15. Sold it, $15. They came and picked it up. It was like somebody got it for their dad or something for some birthday, right? Like it doesn't matter what it is. There's somebody out there that wants what you have. That's my point. There's just, you got to find that person. That's really what it is. I want to show you one other thing. This happened over this past holiday. We got some new patio furniture, and my wife said, hey, put those 2 chaise lounges out by the street and let somebody pick them up for free. I said, are you kidding me? I teach a class on how to sell this stuff. We're going to put this thing online and sell it. So I was doing work in the garage. I took some pictures of it. I posted on Facebook. I had it sold that day. And you can go back in. It keeps track of all your communications in here. So I put it into 10 different of these groups. Okay, I put it in these 10 groups. And it keeps track of all the communication you have. So I had 2 people reach out to me that day. So this person hit me first, and she said, oh, wait, I got a response. Let's back up here. This person, oh, this is the guy we reached out before. He said he's sold out until Thursday. He's sold out. Like, I thought he just had one. This is, remember the guy, this stand-up paddleboard guy? He replied. I missed it when we were in class. Will you get more in on Thursday? All right. So it's like a text message, but it's inside Facebook Messenger. He doesn't have my phone number. I don't have his phone number. I'm not outing myself. Okay, so that's going on. All right, let's go back to this communication here. Let me go to my listings. I wanted to show you, this is what I put out there. Okay, this was my listing. There's a picture of it. I mean, these are used. I mean, they're just, the pads are probably worth more than the chair. I don't know. So I listed it for $35 for the pair. Outdoor chaise lounges. 2 outdoor chaise lounges, comfortable blue pads included. That was it. Used, fair condition, aluminum, color beige, you know, sunburnt beige. And what I got on the communication side of this, go back here and look at. All right, this person first came up and they said, is it available? I'm interested. Where are you located? I said, it's available. I said, can you pick up today if you'd like? Where are you located? All right, here's a couple of tricks. This guy responded again already. Yes, but supplies have been limited. So he's responding pretty quick. That's pretty good. That's impressive. You get good response there. All right, back to this one. I never give them my address until I know they're on their way. But I'll give them my neighborhood. I'll tell them across street. Because really what they want to know is how far is it to get from where they are to where you are to pick it up. That's really what they want to know. So I gave them the neighborhood. I said it's pending pickup. This is a common phrase. This means that somebody else is coming to get it, but it's not sold. Don't tell people it's sold until it's really sold. I mean, you want to keep people engaged as long as you can until it's really gone. Because people back out, people change their minds, they don't show up, whatever. You want to keep anybody who's interested still engaged. So you can say pending pickup. And then when it's sold, I was nice enough to come back and say, hey, it's sold, sorry. All right, that was the first person who was a little too slow to act. Here's what the first person, here's how this one went down with old Alex here. So when Alex messaged me, I'd like to pick these up. When would be a good time? I said, yeah, it's available. He said, when would be a good time? I said, how about now? Come now. Like, people are impulsive. Don't let them think too long about it, right? Let them come out right away if you can. Sure. He said, what's the address? He said, he lives in Trinity. I said, I live in Astoria. They're close. We're both on 54. He said, is there a gate code to get in? I said, no. I said, are you coming now? He says, okay, what's the address? He says, I'm heading there right now. I gave him that address. That's technically not my address. It's close, but it's not really my address. I had those pieces out on the street. I live in a neighborhood. So when you're driving, looking for an address in a neighborhood to get these, and you're driving down the street close to that number, and you see those in the street, by the street, you're going to go, okay, I'm here, right? You just need to get them close. And you're like, well, Kevin, why did you do that? I'm like, well, because I knew I was going to be out there. And if he didn't show up, then he wouldn't have my address. It's just, you don't have to do that. But that's what I did. He said he'd be there in 21 minutes. Okay. I said, okay, we're staying COVID safe. I'll keep a good distance. See you soon. He said, okay. And then he pulls up. I'm in the garage. He pulls up. The chairs are down by the street. I acknowledge him. He puts them in the back of the truck. He starts to walk towards me with his cash in his hand. I said, hey, just put the cash on the bumper of my car, which was in the driveway. You know, keeping our distance. It's fine. Okay, good. Good to see you. Have a great day. Bye. He drives off. He left 2 20s. So I got $40 for the two. No, I got $5 more than I thought for the 2 chairs, and I sold them in about an hour or 2. So that's just how easy it can be. But I had to be responsive, and I had to put it out there in those groups so people would find it. Wouldn't have sold as fast if it wasn't there. All right, couple side notes. Any TV that has a tube will not sell, nor will it ever get picked up, nor will anybody ever want it. People don't want TVs with tubes anymore. They're just throw them away. That's about all you can do. If it's a flat screen, you can sell them. So on this one, we put this out there, and I did not check hide from friends. And a friend of mine messaged me, hey, do you still have that TV? Yeah. And my wife insisted that we let him have it for free. So we didn't take his money. Another reason to hide from friends, because it's hard to take money from friends. But it was good because he got a good TV out of it, and he came and picked it up. I didn't have to haul it off. Mattresses, they better be no spots on them at all. If there's no spots on them, people will buy them. They'll pick them up for free. But if there's anything on a mattress, nobody wants it for anything. So call it a dump if there's anything on a mattress. That's how that goes. You can give things away for free. This is some screen doors. We had a lanai put on our back of our house, and so we didn't need the screen doors. And so free, somebody comes and picks them up, they're gone. Rather than destroying them or trying to haul them off somewhere, they take them that way. All right. That's how that works. So this listing will stay up for about a week. Facebook, if it's not sold, if you don't mark it as sold, then it'll come off. But all you have to do is click mark as available again or relist it, and it'll go back up. You don't have to re-enter it. You just click a button and put it back out there. They do that so there's just not too much junk floating around on Facebook. All right, he says he's selling them as fast as he can get them, basically. Okay. Any questions on this? How do you mark it as sold? You come in here, you click mark as sold. It says, how did you sell it? If you sold it on Facebook, you can click that. It says, it'll suggest, did you sell it to somebody that you communicated with? You can say yes or no. That's fine. In this case, I'm just going to say, I'd rather not say, so it's not out there now. All right, now let me show you how this works on the phone. Any questions on the computer?
No, thank you.
Okay. Easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, you can see my phone. All right, Facebook, down at the bottom is Marketplace. You click on the little house on the bottom. Here's Marketplace. You can see it. I was communicating with this guy, so these messages are still in here from him. Let's sell something ourselves. We're going to click on Selling, create a new listing. It's going to be an item. It wants the pictures first. So now you've got your phone in your hand. You can take a picture right from here, or you can pull it off your camera roll. So let's see, if I go add photos and I do my camera, and I want that cup, and I want that. All right, let's make it my cup here. Done. Obviously you'd want about 10 pictures, but I won't bore you with taking pictures. And we're gonna give it a name, red cup, and it's $1. And the category is drinkware. That's fine. Condition, used like new. I don't need to put a brand in. It's red. Red Solo cup. You can still hide from friends. Hit next. Facebook's always trying to sell you shipping. I just want local pickup. You can say you want to prefer drop off, produce in person if you want. Next. You can pick your groups here, just like we did online. And then you can publish. That easy, right? Now it's out there. Let's take this off because somebody will want to give me $1 for my red cup and waste my time. So real easy. And you can also manage your listings by going under your listings, right? There's the sold cup that I have. There's the Peanuts lunchbox. All the other things that I was showing you online are on here as well. So you can do it all from here. You can message back and forth from here. Inside this, I use, you can download Messenger, right? Here's Messenger, and here's Lee up here at the top. That's that same conversation we were having on the computer. I can do it from my phone. All right. All right, let's talk about get set up real quick. Not get set up. That's this offer up. I always confuse our two. Go here and here. All right. Offer up. This is free as well. You can use it on your computer and you can also use it on your phone. Oh, remember me. Come on. Why are you making me log in? What is my password? Hold on. All right, now I'm in. So in my profile in here, I have a profile and I joined back in 18. I get buyer reviews too. So this adds to the credibility of you as a seller. If people say, I've sold 54 things, I've been complimented on these different qualities by the people who bought from me, because then when they buy something, they give a rating on me. So that's good. I'm 5-star rating, 12 5-star ratings. That's good. So that lends to my credibility as a seller. You can say, Kevin, well, if I just join right now, I'm going to be joined since 2021. I would just say, just take care of people from the beginning. That's what all you can do is if you're good to people, then you won't have any knocks against you. In here, though, it's just like Facebook Marketplace, and that you got all these items that people can look at. If there's this, let's look at this bike here. Somebody post in here. I mean, they made the mistake. It's only one picture. You probably want more pictures. This will let you put 12 pictures in, but you can do your price, and you can communicate all within this app also. All the communication can happen inside the app, but you can't sell in here. In other words, you can't post items to sell through the computer. You can only do it through your phone app. So you have to download OfferUp on your phone to post it, which makes a little bit of sense because it's actually easier to do from your phone because you've got your camera. All right, so back on here, I've got OfferUp right here, OfferUp. Open it up. I'll show you real quick how easy it is to post. So down at the bottom, it says post. I've started this. I took a picture of a couple pens. But again, you can do up to 12 pictures. You can put a title in, pens, that's fine. Next. It suggests a category. It also has a subcategory that's optional. You can pick the condition, the brand, the type, the color, description, whatever you want to put in there, writing pens. Price, you can put whatever you want that to be. Not that much. Next, I want it to be just local. I don't want to see, they'll make money if you use their shipping, but if you don't use their shipping, it doesn't cost you anything. And then you post it. I guess my photos didn't load, but it's that simple. Your photos, your description, your title, your cost, you post it out there and it's done. And then all your communication can be in here. So down here at the bottom under inbox, this is where the communication is. So they've got notifications from the app, and then you've also got messages here that you can respond to people that reach out to you if it's asking you questions about the item. So again, you don't have to give them any personal information. All the communication can be done inside the app itself. And then you can see if I had my, it's got my profile here. I don't have any items for sale right now. I don't have anything saved in there. I don't think purchases and sales. Doesn't have anything in there. So that's a lot of information. What specific questions can I answer for you?
Kevin, could you cover a little bit on payment methods again? If PayPal or others recommendations on that?
Yeah. So PayPal, if you have a PayPal account, you could share somebody, you could text them or even inside the app, you could send them a link so that they could pay through their computer or their phone on PayPal. But you'd have to have the PayPal account set up in advance, and then they would pay through that. They could use a credit card, or they could use their PayPal account to transfer money to you, but that would require you having a PayPal account. If you used Venmo or Cash App, then both you and the person who's sending you the money both have to have that app installed with an account. They're free, but you have to have them set up, and then they can transfer money that way. I trust all of these. These are all trustworthy companies in the transactional part of it. The idea is that they're almost like little banks in the sense where you can hook up your bank account to it, and you can move money in and out of it from there through that, and you decide which, and you just use their platforms to transfer money to somebody else. Or you can just take money in through these apps and then transfer it over into your bank account that way. That's how you get the money into your account. So those are the ones: Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Were there any other ones that you mentioned?
No, that's great. I was just wondering recommendations on ones that work well and are safe.
Yeah. you know, a lot of the younger kids use Venmo all the time now, so they're familiar with it. But, you know, if somebody's, you know, cash is the easiest, you know, in some sense. People say, what, you know, like, what say Dennis is selling like some, you know, $5,000 boat or something, and he's taking cash. People are like, well, how do you know it's not counterfeit? You know, you could go get one of those, you could get one of those counterfeit pens. You've seen those that they use at the stores? And you just, you know, strike the bill with it and see, you know, make sure they're okay. That's one safe way to kind of check against that. But
Okay, thank you.
sure. What other
I,
questions?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a scary question. After my husband passed away, I found some guns under a big train set,
Okay.
and I have no idea what to do with them. I don't think they're registered. There are some pistols and some rifles.
Yeah.
And I have no idea where to go with them. I was thinking of going to the police station and asking them what to do with them. Somebody at one of the athletic department stores said there are places to go, but I don't know where, and I'm afraid to go
Yeah.
anywhere with them, you know?
Right, right. What state are you in?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. I mean, every state's different too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to, you don't want to just turn them over, right? You want to make some money?
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to be careful with those. I mean, that's a touchy thing. It's the same advice I give people, like with financial advising and investments, right? It's really not their title, it's who do you trust? Because titles don't mean anything. It's like, who do you really trust, right? That they can help you with that. Do you know anybody that has maybe a friend of your husband's that had guns?
Yeah, but I don't trust him.
Okay, well, yeah, then,
I don't. I think he would con me out of them. I know.
Yeah, well, definitely don't use him then.
Right, because he's done that with other items like
Already.
lawnmower, and then he comes back and brags that he sold it for 200 more than he gave me.
Oh my goodness.
You know, so
Yeah,
real nice guy. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So definitely not him. Okay.
And he's the only one I know that, does guns. He inquired about my guns because
He knew about
my
him.
husband chatted at coffee hour with him.
Yeah.
So he knows I have them, but I
Right.
keep saying my brother's going to come and get them. So
Yeah.
he's out of the picture.
Right. I mean, I don't think you need to be in a big hurry. I would hold out to keep looking for somebody that you trust that understands guns. Because my guess is that the best place is to find somebody that you trust, and they could take it to like a gun show or a gun store that buys them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Because at gun shows they can sell guns, pretty well there. They sell well because they get a lot of people interested. It's just you need to get somebody you can trust who's not going to do what that jerk did with the mower.
Right.
Yeah,
And
right.
My other question is I don't think they're registered. I don't think he ever. I mean, I'm 80 years old, and he had them since he was some of them since he was in college.
Yeah.
And so that the legal aspect is kind of scary too.
Yeah, and that's where you'd want somebody you can trust. You can go to a store, and the store's going to be on the up and up about it too. You could ask them without telling them what you have. You could say, call them up and say, hey, here's a hypothetical. I've got a friend that's got, their husband passed away, and they've got some. I'm not sure they're registered. Is there any risk of trying to sell them if they're not registered?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, because it's scary if you put it, you can't sell guns on Facebook Marketplace, and you don't want to put it out there in the public and let people know you have them. That's not what you want.
Right.
You want to be able to kind of control who knows about it and who's giving you the advice on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could probably do a little research, calling some of the stores, a gun store or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
I had a whole bunch of trains as well because he took up half the basement and made a train.
Oh, wow.
model. But anyway, I donated them to a small museum.
Oh, that's neat. Was it?
So that was fun.
Was it a train museum?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
neat. Where they'll set it back up again and use it somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Flat Rock, Michigan. It's a little museum. So that was fun to do.
Yeah,
It's one way to get rid of things, to donate them.
right. Yeah, you feel good about it that it's going to be used again.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I was just wondering with Vera if your husband was like a member of like the American Legion or places like that. I'm sure they would have some information when you ask some of those officers over there about how to take care of guns.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But he was not
Okay.
a member, and he wasn't in the armed forces or anything.
Yeah. Just a suggestion.
Yes, thank you. I
Sure.
appreciate it.
Anybody else? Well, good. I will, I'll send some notes out to you guys about this. If you get a chance to give some feedback on the class, that's always appreciated. Tell everybody how great it is, and invite your friends to join us for other classes. I do teach a lot of different classes. Let me share this with you. This is not to overwhelm, but just to give you an idea of some other great classes we've got as it relates to business and small business and side gigs and side hustles and all those kind of things. Of course, we have classes on cooking, and we have classes on health, and we have travel and photography and technology as well. But these are all related to maybe you want to make some extra money on the side and do some things. So these are available to you. I'll send this list out as well. All right. Anything else? Let me check chat one more time before I go. I think we're good. Excellent. Well, it was great to see you guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and hope to see you in future classes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah, bye.
Kevin.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you and bye.
Thank you, Kevin.